Looking for the right place to record your next project? Texas Homegrown Studios is equipped to help you achieve it all. We use the latest technology to ensure that your recordings sound professional and polished, using high-quality microphones, preamps, and digital audio workstations. Our team of experienced sound engineers will work to achieve the sound you're looking for. Whether you're recording a band, a solo, a voiceover, or need a custom jingle, we have the skills to make your project sound amazing. Schedule a tour and meet with the pros today. Check us out online at TexasHomegrownStudios.com.
Ron hates Mondays. Hell, I'm not crazy about them either. I also don't like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays.
I do lessons.
Shh! Quiet on the set. Just kidding. Hey y'all, this is Billy Joe Jones, and you're listening to The Morning Ride on Texas Homegrown Radio.
It's the morning ride.
Texas Homegrown Radio, live from the Rockstar Ranch in Texas Homegrown Studios.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Welcome back into this The Morning Ride right here on Texas Homegrown Radio.
Live from Texas Homegrown Studios.
Love how you held that cough till right when I put the mic up.
Yeah, I didn't cough the whole time we were on
The whole
break.
time.
Yep.
Newman. Are you allergic to that Newman mic?
I think so.
Newman.
Yep.
Oh, man. Happy Monday.
Gotta hit it, Mike. Gotta hit
It's
it.
Monday. It doesn't feel like a Monday. Maybe because we played a show last
Monday.
night.
Yeah, no, yesterday felt like Saturday, and today feels like Sunday.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Yep.
Doesn't feel like a Monday yet.
Yeah, I didn't even know we were in March.
Hey, time's about to change, too. That's really going to throw us off again.
In this month, time marches on.
What is it, next week, isn't it?
Time marches on.
I think it's next week. It's usually right around Jules' birthday.
What's that?
Time change.
The dreaded time
Yeah,
shift.
this Sunday. This coming Sunday.
Word up with the bird up.
Daylight savings time. We spring forward.
None of it's real. They're just making this crap up.
I wish they'd just leave it alone. Maybe
Right.
Trump will change it.
Yeah, maybe so. There used to be 13 months, so we don't even know what year we're actually in.
No, they messed it all up.
Yeah, they screwed it up.
That's why it gets
April.
colder longer in different places.
Right. April 1st supposed to be
That's
the
why I
first
was
day
still
of the year.
growing tomatoes in November.
Yeah. April 1st supposed to be the first day of the year.
I was thinking about that today. I grew a really good garden last year, but now I'm like
Yeah.
a carnivore guy.
It's
so
strange, isn't it?
What am I going to grow? I guess I'll just buy some more
Grow meat.
cows.
Yeah. Grow meat. Goats. Cows.
No, I don't want any goat meat.
Man, goat's good. You know, eat goat.
I
You got a
ate
split
goat-
hoof.
I've, hey,
It's good to eat.
I've only ate goat one time, and that was when
Man.
me and you played that goat festival.
Yeah, it's good.
But then we couldn't find any because it was like they had a goat cooking competition we played at,
But you
and
know
we
why
couldn't
they
find
eat any
anybody
goat?
with goat.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, no, we have to save it for the
found-
judges. I'm
we
like, what,
found
the
one-
judges are only people that get to eat goat?
That's dumb.
That sounds bad.
But the one place hooked us up, so I
Yeah,
did get to
it
eat some
was
goat, and it
good.
was pretty good.
My favorite way to eat goat is, you know, when the Mexican fellers will put it in the ground and cook it underground. Like
Yeah, and they wrap
the
it in
palm
those
leaves and stuff.
the agave leaves.
Yeah, man, it's so.
You know, I still would rather eat something else.
Man, I don't
Give me a
mind.
good steak any day.
Some of that greasy goat meat.
Like if that's already like that's all you got, I'll eat it. But I'd rather have just good old steak.
Sure. Sometimes you want chicken. Sometimes you want goat.
I never want chicken. The
Sometimes
only
you
time
want-
I eat chicken is to change it up because I'm tired of steak for a minute. And then I eat chicken, I go, and I remember why I like steak.
Chicken's good.
I'm not a big Yardbird fan.
No yard bird. What about them scramps?
Can't have no scrimps.
Some scramples.
I actually had somebody try to offer me us to come play at a place that was a crawfish place and offered to pay us in food. I'm like, I'm allergic to crawfish. How's that going to work? Like, I wouldn't do that anyway, but like maybe
Great exposure,
if
Jody.
it was a $50 steak, I would think about telling Jeb about it. But for crawfish, no. I almost died from
Great exposure.
Therefore, like, was
To
it
your
last
allergy.
Year? Last year we played like 2 or 3 places that was crawfish places, and just smelling it made me almost die.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that? I
Your
like swelled
throat
up.
started swelling up, and we're outside. And they bring me this big platter. He didn't tell me he was allergic to crawdads. And they bring me this big platter catfish and like a bowl of melted butter to dip the catfish in and a whole bunch of crawdaddies. And I was like, I'm eating on them things. And this is sitting there going like,
Well, you know, it's weird. I used to not be, and then I was.
like, you all right? He's like, no, I'm going to.
Larry Joe had like a
not cool.
special festival concert thing. It was like to raise money for something. It was like an all-day music deal, you know.
Right.
And they had a booth there doing crawfish, and I had eaten crawfish before, and it didn't bother me. And that day I ate it, and I'm sitting there eating crawfish, and Bree Bagwell goes, "Jody, are you okay?" I go, "I really don't feel very good." She goes, "Your face is swelling up like a blowfish." Like, it was like, and I'm like still eating. I'm like, trying to eat it because I didn't want to waste it. And she goes, "Your face looks like a blowfish." And so she yells at Brandon Summerfield, and he comes over there, and he was like, "Oh my God, like, what? Your face is about to explode." Wow. And like, I had to go to the ER and get an EpiPen, right? So then, like, I don't know, maybe 3 months later, I tried it again.
The same thing happened.
So I'm like sick. And then the third time, I was in Austin.
You did it again.
Well, I was in Austin, and I wanted to be sure if I really had a shellfish allergy.
Yeah.
And so to test it, I was at this seafood place in Austin, and they brought me a seafood platter that had every kind of shellfish you could imagine on there, like lobster and oysters. And I ate it all, and I puked all the way back to Stephenville.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm not going to the ER. I'm not going to the ER. And I got sick all the way back. I'm like, I need to go to the ER.
Yeah.
Got another EpiPen. I thought, okay, third time was the charm.
Yeah, let's not do that.
No more shellfish.
Let's not do that.
But I love it
anymore.
I love shellfish. I love seafood.
Yeah. Scrimps is
Yeah,
good.
but when you eat seafood and all you do is see it leaving your body, it's a different kind of seafood.
Want seafood?
Yeah. So
Those remember when you were a kid, like you'd be eating and sit across from your sister, and you'd be like,
You like seafood?
You like seafood? You'd be like, oh yeah, I love seafood.
my other one, my other one was ABC food. Already been chewed.
Like a bird.
I'm like, hey, you like ABC food?
Birds do. Birds are gross. Yeah.
Yard bird. That's what I said.
Except for
I do eat
chickens.
chicken.
Ain't gross.
I made some pretty good chicken the other day. It's good.
You like eggs, don't you?
Yeah, I like butt nuggets.
Butt nuggets are good.
That's what my great grandmother called them, butt nuggets.
Butt nuggets.
My great grandmother was awesome, man. I wish you'd have met her. We called her grandma, but she was the coolest. But she had these like ceramic eggs, like really heavy, right? Like weighted eggs.
Wow.
And I was like, what are those for? She goes, you'll see. And so we go down to get eggs one day. I was staying with her. And this snake's trying to crawl away, this big old snake. And you see it in the belly. And it was eating her eggs. The snake was getting her eggs. So she put those heavy ceramic eggs in there that they couldn't digest. So like it was heavy. And the snake couldn't get away. And she walks out there with a machete and just chopped it up. Took that egg out, wiped it off, and put it back in the hen house. And I was like, never piss off grandma. Like, note to self.
Awesome.
But I thought that was so genius. And she didn't even talk about it, you know, like.
That is genius. The old timers had all the
They had all the tricks,
They knew
man.
what to do.
Because the snake was stealing her eggs.
That's awesome.
She caught that son of a gun, too.
Yes, she did.
One time we were out hunting and running around, you know, as kids. And she was sitting out in her, garden with a 410 single shot 410. And we're like, what are you doing, Grandma? And she's like, Oh, there's some kind of varmints getting into my garden, so I'm just in there. I'm gonna catch them. She had a flashlight and a 410, and she just sat out there in a rocking chair in the garden in the dark.
One walks up, ha, gotcha,
Boom.
Boom. That's better than whack-a-mole. That's way funner than whack-a-mole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whack-a-mole.
We used to call all the snakes out of the ponds as ranch I used to work on in Burnett. And we'd sit up there in our lunch breaks. We go to all the different stock tanks, and we just sit there and shoot these snakes. They pop their heads up. Boom! We got pretty good shooting them with these little 22s, man.
That's like groundhogs.
There's
man.
too many of them.
You ever shot groundhogs?
Oh, yeah. They pop their head up.
Yeah.
Ba-boom.
We had because they're out in West Texas really bad, but we had them here for a while,
Oh, really?
which was really strange.
At my mom and dad's house, they got them bad.
And they were popping up, and Pop did not want those out there digging holes where his cows would step in them. So, man, we just sat there and shot them. That was fun. That's hard, though.
Yeah, you
Because
gotta-
they pop up and then they're down, and it was like whack-a-mole with a gun.
Yeah.
But
Another
it's
one's
fun.
turtles. Another one's
I was
really
sad
fun.
when we killed them all because
Yeah, you're like, where's my game? Turtles too. We used to call the turtles out of the pond, and we'd sit up there, but we'd get like way far away, and like freaking snipe them for like way as far away as we could, and try to hit them in the head because they would just be sitting up on a rock or something, just like completely still, and they'd move their head just so, and boom. We had a lot of fun with that stuff. Man. Turtles will kill
Fun
everything
times.
in your pond. They'll take over, and they breed worse than rabbits, man.
fun times on the pond.
Oh yeah.
My cousin Todd, though, he shot himself while we were shooting turtles.
Oh no.
We had a 22 pistol and a 22 rifle, and so I had the pistol and he had the rifle, and then we switched. And so I'm sitting there and I'm watching the tank, and I hear the gun go off, and I started laughing, and I'm like, "You missed the whole tank! Like, water didn't even move." And he goes, "I think I shot myself." I said, "How do you think?" And to this day, I can't explain it. I mean, and me and him both, like, we looked at his pants and there was no hole in his pants. So I was like, "You didn't shoot yourself. Like, it missed, you know?" And he pulled his pant leg up, and the bullet went in his pants. But what happened was it went in the seam. It's the only thing we could figure. It went down the seam of his Wranglers, like his pants were turned or whatever. But the bullet went right down his shin and stopped right at the foot bone. So it like went straight down his shin and then stopped.
No.
I don't know how in the world that could happen.
Did they pull the bullet out?
Yeah, like he hopped back. I had to carry the guns, and he hopped back to my grandpa's house, and they took him to the ER. But it was like, I think I shot myself. Like, at least it wasn't me.
Yeah. No, you know, that happened. I was working on a place, that same place I was telling you about, Burnett, where we used to shoot them, everything that lived in the ponds, other than freaking, because they were just earth tanks for the cows to water in. We didn't really want them living in there. But this kid, he was come to work for us, and this was after I had left and come back, and there's a new foreman there, because I was the foreman before that, and I left and came back, which I never should have left. Somebody offered me a better job.
Yeah.
But so I go back, and there's this kid working there, and you know, we all used to carry a sidearm just because, you know, and this kid's probably like, you know, 18, all of 18, and he's got a 44 mag, big dirty hairy freaking gun, and we all used to make fun of him. You know, we're like, "What do you need that for?" You know, like, I'm carrying like a little 22, just something, a little snake charmer, something if you need it. And this dude, but he would sit there and he would just play with it. He'd sit there with his hand on the hammer and just move it up and down, and I was like, well, "You're gonna shoot yourself doing that," you know. And I was like, "I ain't standing next to you." And one day, he was talking to somebody, and he just goes, "Boom!" Shot through his knee. It went through his kneecap and through his foot and into the freaking concrete. Made a hole in the concrete. And this dude, like, I thought he was gonna get fired. Of course, he didn't. They made him sit up at the gate and let people in, but because it's like a high fence ranch, you know. But it blew blew a hole through his kneecap and through his foot, went into the concrete.
Oh my goodness.
And we were all like, "Oh crap!" Like, we try not to laugh, but I'm like, "I told you that's going to happen."
That's lucky though. That could have been worse.
Dude, he was all
44 is a
messed
big
up.
bullet.
He was all messed up, and somehow, like I say, it went like down his leg and through his kneecap and into his foot, and then through his foot. And that dude was messed up for months.
Probably still is. I mean, never going to be right.
And he was just a kid, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, they were like, "We don't want y'all carrying guns around here anymore."
He ruined
I'm
it
like,
for everybody.
What?
Yeah, he ruined it for everybody.
Give me a break.
Man, I think that's my doctor calling.
Might be Importante.
Yep, it is. Gotta schedule my cat scan.
Heck yeah.
Gotta go get my cat, scan my cats.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I better call them back. We'll take a quick break and then we'll come back and we'll do another one to close it out here. It's the Morning Ride on Texas Homegrown Radio.
Get into it.
What?